Hey guys, what's up? It's Astro Mami and I'm back with another YouTube video. So today we're going to be breaking down some birth charts. So I'm going to be breaking down the birth chart of a couple of people that we may know. And today it's going to be Steph and Ayesha Curry. I got these birth charts from astrocharts.com, so I think that they're pretty accurate. If not, feel free to correct me, but let's get into it and break down their charts. So I think when anybody thinks of Steph and Ayesha Curry, you think about how family oriented they are and how much they, seem to get along really well. We don't really see them argue too much, aside from the last kind of big thing that, was in the news about them and Ayesha kind of speaking out about wanting to feel like she still had it. But for the most part, they seem to be a really strong, stable family, organization. I'll preface this to say, astrology to me are just nuances and habits that we may have in our personality based off of the time, place, and location that we were born. Just energetically, because energy isn't transferred nor destroyed. It's either transferred from one form to another. So everything has to essentially balance each other out. And astrology is made of 4 different elements: air, fire, water, and earth. Opposites. Looking at their charts, they seem to be pretty in sync. So I'll say, let's go we're going to start off by the first planet, the sun sign. So Ayesha is an Aries and Steph Curry is a Pisces. So typically this isn't a good combination, but there's a theory that people say opposites attract. So Aries is fire, Pisces is water, and their sun sign is kind of like the scope of how you look at life. So Aries, you think about fire, they're upbeat, they're active, they want to be a part of things, like they have the enthusiasm. And Pisces is a little bit more dreamy, oh, I want to find love one day, it's gonna find me maybe. They're really great people, super emotional. I mean, Janae Aiko is a Pisces, so I mean, that's that on that. Typically, this would be a little bit more, so typically it wouldn't be a great combination, but both signs have a really strong level of passion, and that's probably where they connect. And also, and when it comes to opposites attracting, I mean, think of water and fire as like jacuzzi water, and who doesn't like being in the jacuzzi? So the moon sign, Ayesha's moon is in Libra and Steph Curry's moon is in Aquarius. So this is really interesting because typically when you think about air signs, which Libra and Aquarius are both air signs, typically they're a little bit more like lighthearted and detached. But because they speak the same emotional language, they probably see a lot of their emotions, similarly. If there's ever a moment where there's an issue going on, they're like, hey, it's not that serious. We had an argument, but we can get through it. The other person will be like, we can. I'm not gonna hold on to it. I'm not gonna hold grudges. Let's just forgive and forget and keep living life happily. And that's probably why emotionally they are super in sync. Let's see, Mercury. Mercury is the communication planet, and Ayesha's Mercury is in Pisces, and Steph Curry's Mercury is in Aquarius. So this is really interesting to me because Ayesha communicates like a Pisces. So in her speech, the way she, just communicates in all different angles is from a place of passion. And for a person with a sun in Pisces, but a Mercury in Aquarius, where I may not always be able to communicate how emotionally I am, you're meeting me at a place where I need you to meet me, because this is how I want to be loved, but I can't always communicate that this is how I want to be loved. So that probably is a really big deal breaker, which kind of draws them together. They're not naturally compatible, but because of their other placements, it just makes sense. So Venus, and Venus is the planet of love, and it states how you love, what you love, so and so. So Ayesha's Venus is also in Pisces, and Steph Curry's Venus is in Taurus. Now, this is where it gets really hot and heavy when it comes to relationship compatibility. Venus is a big sign for females, because you know they say women are Venus, men are Mars. But to have both of these people, like, you know, love in their own scope. You know, Ayesha loves in this Pisces scope, and Steph loves in a Taurus scope. That water and earth element go together. Like, they help each other grow through life. They understand each other. They can relate to how the other person is feeling. And this Venus is a huge planet when it comes to things in life that you love. So yeah, and water and earth, those combinations typically are people who want to settle down. They want the house. They want the white picket fence. They want the steady, sturdy relationship dynamic in life. They aspire to that. So it totally makes sense that their Venus signs match. Ayesha's Mars is in Gemini, and Steph's Mars is in Capricorn. So this is also interesting because I feel as though Steph's Mars being in Capricorn is still helpful for Ayesha's Venus being in Pisces, because still, you know, from a Venus-Mars perspective, Steph is able to receive what Ayesha wants to give, but at the same time, the Mars compatibility is a little off. Ayesha may be a little bit more aloof at times when it comes to asserting herself. She may say something may come to her mind and not really think about it too much, just because that's just how, you know, the Gemini placements work. They like to talk. They're really lighthearted. They say things sometimes and they may not always thinking about them, but I mean, it comes from a good place. So this probably is why we saw Ayesha on TV just say to Jada how she feels like she wants to still have it. So this probably speaks to a lot of, you know, of how, you know, Steph could probably appear to be a lot more grounded, while Ayesha is definitely passionate, definitely emotional, but can, you know, err on the side of, like, you know, being a little bit more aloof. And I won't do the other Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, Neptune. They're really important, but I mean, just looking at them, I mean, it just looks compatible. They speak very similar languages. They were probably born around the same time, looks like. But I'll go down to the North Node, and the North Node is the sign that you as a spirit, as a soul, aspires to live up to. And both of their North Nodes are in Pisces. So Steph's sun sign is in Pisces, his North Node is in Pisces. That just, and Ayesha's North Node is in Pisces. So that just attests to how much Ayesha can depend on Steph to kind of not lead the way, as in, you know, a woman needs a man to lead the way, but just to lead their mutual growth when it comes in life as to who they are as people. This is a place where Steph is really familiar with. You know, his soul wants to continue being this loving, passionate person, and Ayesha is aspiring to be this person, even though, you know, her scope is through, you know, the total opposite element in Aries. You know, it's so inviting where and comforting in a place where I can, you know, I just speaking in third person here, where I can depend on, you know, my partner to lead me when it comes to the scope of just navigating through life. And that's super, super powerful. So overall, I mean, they're extremely compatible. Yeah, there are some mismatched places, but, you know, it's all this astrology is just math, science, energies. It's just, it's you know, sometimes opposites attract, sometimes like forces repel. And but in this case, you know, they have a nice balance of placements where I feel as though they just naturally speak each other's language. They're naturally open. One helps the other what the other person lacks. There's no freaking doubt why they're so, you know, they appear to be so stable and solid as a family unit, because they are. So thank you guys for watching. I had a lot of fun breaking that down. As you can see, this is something that I like to do. I'm probably gonna just pick random celebrity groups, you know, as we go along, just to kind of, you know, look into their birth charts a little bit more so we can all understand them more. I mean, hey, they decided to be famous, not us. I was gonna pick more celebrities going on, and just picking people who I think have interesting relationship dynamics, so we can get into them and possibly learn more about our relationships and you know, ultimately learn our placements and how they match up to somebody else's. And I'll say again, astrology is cool, fun, but personality trumps all. So no worries if this ever doesn't stack up to you. You are the determining factor of if and when your relationship will work. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. And until then, I will see y'all next time. Bye.
Era assim quando olhavas para mim.